Hello, everybody. This is Brian, back for another podcast. I've been following Susan Bassi, a great journalist, and she has exposed, it's called private judging, where attorneys are involved and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on the side with no taxes. Yeah, these people are not honest at all, and they're bringing you into court and judging you. That's pathetic. I seen in this video where she's been trying to get public information for over 3 years, and then to bring it up to date, it's been another 3 years. For 6 years, she's trying to expose these lawyers that are playing judges, and they're greasing each other's hands. Really a lot of criminal stuff going on. And if you don't think it's going on all over, you're probably crazy. Because if you remember, judges won't let you come into the courthouse with any kind of cell phone, photographs. You can't even film. The courthouse is the biggest place for public. It's one of your biggest. It's bigger than sidewalks. It's bigger than anything. So the judges are writing policy over top of the Constitution to keep you out, to hide things. Let's expose some of this.
Are you
restraining orders?
You threatened a registered nurse.
I didn't threaten anybody.
And me with dogs when we're trying to see public records.
I said my dogs can be uppity with people that are coming in my property.
When you're conducting private judging,
have they bit you? Have they attacked you?
When you're conducting private judging and noticing this as your address,
you are on my home. Leave my home.
Please call the police then. Because you have this noticed as a public courthouse.
Thank you.
This is what you noticed, sir. Not me. You put it in the public domain.
Ms. Bassi, I would suggest privileged communication.
Oh, certainly. Your private judging records are not privileged, sir.
This is Susan Bassi. State and federal law is very clear about court proceedings. The public has a right to attend hearings and to see public records, even when those hearings are being conducted in a private residence or in a big fancy office building. California, over the last 20 years, has been privatizing the courts by allowing attorneys to act as judges with full power and immunity for private compensation. And this occurred even in the pandemic when the courts were closed to everybody else. But we still had a right to access these proceedings and these hearings. And so I decided to take a nurse with me, a reasonable person, and see if she had any better luck at obtaining the records that I had been seeking and had not been able to access, as the law permits.
Hi. How are you? I'm looking for an employee of BJ Faden's office.
Okay, which employee?
Any?
For what is this?
Do you work here?
It depends. Who are you?
My name is Corrigan and I was trying to access public records.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
It depends.
Videotaping you and you're videotaping me waiting for public records related to private judging in the law offices of BJ Faden.
Is this what we're going to have to do at every single place that we go for where private judges work?
Not one person is complying with the law. Hi.
Hi there.
Are you security?
I'm security here. What's going on?
Well, they are a public court judge.
Okay.
And
Okay, fine.
they're trying to not let us in to see the records. They have publicly noticed BJ Faden gets paid about, I have to look at each appointment order, but about $600 an hour to act as a public court judge.
Gotcha.
And he is required by law to allow us into that office to see the records.
So have you called the authorities if you're under the right to?
I don't need to, I have the law. And he signed up to be a judge and he took an oath saying that he would uphold the law.
Okay.
And he's acting in these cases. He's also appointed in many cases to represent children as their minors counsel. And so we're waiting for the records that we have a right to access during business hours. So we're gonna wait here and document how long it's taking us to get access to these records. Did they call you about us?
Yeah, management called me.
What did they say?
They told me to come down here and see what was going on.
We're waiting
Now
for
that-
the records.
Now that I have the information, I'll go ask again what it is they want me to do.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can give you the law if you wanna know it.
No, I'm sure you know more than me.
Another Jan's location.
Another Jan's location, and you need security to let you up.
And they may be closed. Does it say 16th floor for Jan's? Yep, there it is. Remember that?
Hi, how are you? Good. My name is Corrigan Wright. I'm here to access public documents related to notices sent from Catherine Gallagher.
We don't have any court stuff, would be at the courts.
No, that's not true. Are you Josephine?
Yeah.
I'm Susan Bassi.
I'm actually in a meeting, so.
Okay, will you actually keep ignoring me? And the records are supposed to be accessible?
I'm in a meeting.
Okay, well, so when are the records? Gonna wait till your meeting is over?
We'll let you know.
No, we'll wait. Okay, I'm Susan Bassi, and this is Corrigan, and we are looking for records that Jan has noticed is in this building. We've been through the civil court files and the family court files, and they all noticed that the records under 2.400 are supposed to be available for public access here. I've been asking for 2 years. I've emailed Catherine Gallagher. I've emailed Josephine Kerr. I've emailed the manager of Jan's in LA and Orange County and Irvine. And we're 2 years later, you guys are collecting PPP money and you are not making these records available. So we want to know when you're going to make the records available to the public that the law says you have to make available. So we're here for that
Why
again.
don't you have a seat? I'm gonna go ahead and give my legal counsel a call and have her have a conversation.
That's great.
Here's my business card for the two of you.
Thank you. I just need a picture of it. I don't need to take it.
And I would need to know which cases you want access to.
She's got a list, and the other thing is we want to see Catherine Gallagher's notices of notifying the clerk that she's been appointed in a case. Those are records you should have as part of your business.
Okay.
Okay, these are the 3 cases.
Those are noticed on the public court website that she is doing private judging in those family law cases. So that means under California Rules of Court 2.400, we can look at anything that she has related to those cases here, and I also want to see her notice. Okay, you guys do know that when you obstruct public access to public records, that's a business practice and a policy.
Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Look this up.
Ooh, she has my picture. It's not like it's not all over online.
As a registered nurse, we support transparency and high quality services that we provide to the public. I do not support Jan's. That woman just took my picture because I came in here asking to see public records.
Do you know her name?
No idea who that was.
Josephine Kerr.
Josephine Kerr.
She's the assistant for Catherine Gallagher.
She should have asked me to pull my mask down. But she's gonna send that picture to all of her friends and Jan's and all of their other business associates so that when I walk into a Jan's building, they all know to go scurry, run, and hide and call general counsel. Like I'm harassing them because I'm here to access public records that they have. It's not against the law, it's actually the right of the public to govern government business. So I'm not understanding why they're acting like this.
We'll get back to you. Yeah. So you understand we have a right to be here and we have a right to ask for the records?
Yes.
You don't have a right not to give us those records.
Correct. We will get back to you.
You don't have a right to do that. You have a right during business hours to give us the records.
We hear you.
They're not gonna produce the records.
I understand that.
Okay.
And
We
Just because you say you're not gonna do it doesn't make it right or legal.
we heard you.
I'm glad. Because you don't seem like you've been hearing me. I've been asking for 3
I
years.
can hear you.
Okay, well, your manager and your legal counsel don't appear to be hearing us. So we're gonna get a little louder, and you guys are gonna be the face of us getting louder. That's your employer. That's what your employer is asking you to do. They're not coming out here. The lawyers, the judges, the private judges, the arbitrators, they're not coming out here. They're making you guys do their dirty work.
do you know that you have judges working here that are taking people's homes,
So let me know if
their children, all of their money, everything that they have behind these doors? Do you know that?
That's paying your salary.
Literally the most horrific orders that I have ever read or seen in my life have come out of this office. You would never ever want to use a private judge unless you knew one. Because that's
And
the
knew
only
that
way-
they were gonna follow the law, including giving access to the public. We don't have a lot of rights, but we have a right to see those records. And we're not being allowed to see those records. Asking in 2019, 2020, 2021, and now 2022. It says during normal business hours, we've been asking for 3 years. Jams has made a fortune and collected federal money during that time.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So during our private judge investigation, one thing that we started to notice was that a number of private judges were using P.O. boxes disguised as addresses for their place where they conduct their private judging business. When an attorney becomes a private judge, they are required to list the name, address, and telephone number of where they are holding their private judge business. They don't have to get elected to the bench. They don't even have to get appointed. But they do have to tell the public where we are entitled to see their open proceedings or find their documents. And when a private judge, such as James Cox, notices on the State Bar website and their private judging list that the address where you can get records and have access to open proceedings is a P.O. box, there's something that just doesn't add up when we go to investigate those issues, because a private judge can't obviously do business from a P.O. box. Investigating private judging, and we've been finding that attorneys acting as judges with the full immunity and power of a public court judge are using P.O. boxes or their home addresses to be private judges. And yet then when we try to go and access records that they're legally required to give us, they claim that we're on private property. They put up signs that say no parking, private property. They aren't home, and they've disconnected their cell phone numbers, making it impossible to see public records. These attorneys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars in these private judging appointments, and we are trying to show what is going on with the privatization of the courts, because these attorneys are taking public court cases. They're being privately paid to run them. They're given full immunity, and there are reports that the legal outcomes do not comply with the law that one would expect of a public court judge. This is Cheryl Cassidy's house. She was the divorce attorney for Patricia Lucas, and Cheryl Cassidy has been working as a private judge. She was the first private judge for Violet Brooks in a case that had 3 private judges for a single divorce. None of Cheryl Cassidy's cases were posted on the list. They were kept in secret. And then in 2021, Santa Clara courts that were largely closed to the public during the pandemic began to post the private judge list. And the name, address, and phone number of Cheryl Cassidy was listed for the public to access her records and her court proceedings, where she is privately paid to be a public court judge. Let me show you what access to her court proceedings and records actually looks like.
I'm uncomfortable with someone filming me right now.
Is Miss Cassidy home?
She is not.
She is not. I have.
Be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. Announcement for welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. Announcement for
Because it's public record. Thank you. Now,
Do you remember
my dogs
what-
are here. They can get violent.
Oh, are you threatening me, Mr. Roja? On
You're on my property.
It's
Leave my
noticed.
property. Thank
It's-
you. Come on,
It's
girls.
noticed.
So
Let's go, girls.
do you have copies of the public records?
I work for ADR Services. You know that.
Are you an employee of ADR Services?
I am a independent contractor. Thank you. I get 1099.
Where are your records under 2.400 for the cases
I'll
where...
have to look. Thank you. Come on. Let's go, girls.
He works for ADR Services.
Call the police.
Please do. Please call them. Please call them. You gave Sharon Roper this address as your public courthouse.
Maybe she's wrong.
Well,
Come on, girl.
we can do a public records request for
Do
what you
whatever
gave
you
her.
want. But get off my property. This is my home.
Are you...
My wife has a disability. Okay, you're over here. You're going to be disturbing her. You're over here. I'm a 75-year-old man with a heart pacemaker. You're at my personal residence. I've asked you to leave. You won't. I work with ADR Services. That's where all of my cases are. So I'd appreciate it if you would leave my property. Thank you.
This is attorney Richard Roja. He's been practicing law for over 30 years. He is also a private judge, and he notices his home address is his place of business on the State Bar website and also on the public notices in the courthouse. He's been ignoring our calls and our emails about access to his public court proceedings, where he acts as a private judge and makes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, even though he was never elected or appointed to the public court bench. And you won't find his advertisements in the local newspaper because he gets his business from local attorneys.
My cases are. So I'd appreciate it if you would leave my property.
Okay, so you went with me today to try to get access to public records held by private judges. And what did you think about what happened to you today?
I feel insulted. I feel like, as a professional, as a nurse, I'm trained to interact with people in a certain way. There's standards of how you respond to people that are asking you for help. And I wasn't treated kindly or justly or fairly or with any level of concern at all today. And it sucks because this is the justice system. This is supposed to be representative of America. And here I am, not doing anything wrong, literally just coming as a public person to access records, and I'm getting the door shut in my face. I'm getting threatened that I'm going to be attacked by a dog. I'm getting yelled at. I'm getting completely denied and blocked access. I'm having people that work within this system treat me like I'm the one that's doing something wrong because I'm asking them to show me that they're doing the right thing, and they won't, or they can't. And I'm in Santa Clara right now. Behind me, it is the Santa Clara Superior Courthouse. Millions of dollars, millions, like $60 million.
$283
million was spent to build a building that does not represent justice when you have government officials, court officials acting the way that they were today, the way that I saw them today. This is nowhere that you want to go. It's dangerous. It's filled with people who are not going to help you, who are going to slam the door in your face, take all of your stuff, and laugh at you because there's nothing that you can do about it. They just don't care.
Because it's public record. Thank you. Now,
do you remember
my dogs are here. They can get violent.
Now, here's what upsets me about this private judging, making hundreds of thousands, you might as well say millions of dollars. They take your homes, they take your cash, and they take your kids. This ought to be investigated. There's millions of kids that become missing every year, and this could be one reason why. There's a huge reason why these people don't want to be investigated, don't want you to ask questions, don't want you videoing them. very secretive, like criminals. Anyway, thanks to Susan Bassi and her nurse for exposing this. This has been over 6 years ago. So, yeah, this has been going on for a long time. Like she said, there was a private judge for 30 years, or he was a practicing lawyer and a judge for 30 years. This has been going on for a long time. That's a long time to be taking kids. That pisses me off. Hey, subscribe. Love you guys. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Spread this. This is good stuff. Educational.